I think him find the form at the right time and getting the job done.
Star bowler to watch, Alex Marshall. Good to see him back in the league in Jamaica, and of course taking part in the Lynk Cup as well. He has actually scored 4 goals in the league so far since his return, and he's really is absolutely dynamite when he's on his game. Portmore United's number 11, and yeah, definitely our star bowler to watch for this team. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and the teams will walk out. Stay with us. welcome back to the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex as we are here for the Lynk Cup. The final two quarter-final matches will be played this evening, and first up on the agenda, the first game of the doubleheader, Molynes United and Portmore United will square off. Molynes United and Portmore United squaring off in the first leg. Portmore United coming into this one with a 2-1 advantage, and it was Molynes United who actually went ahead first in this fixture from the penalty spot. Jeremy Nelson converting. Well taken goal from 12 yards, and Portmore United found some resolve, got the equaliser through Alvinus Myers, or Stephen Young rather, and the winner from Alvinus Myers heading home at the back post. So that was the story of the first leg, and Portmore United coming from behind to beat Molynes United, and they have that advantage here. We welcome you to our coverage here on the Home of Champions. My name is Donald Oliver, and alongside me is Chris Taylor. What are you anticipating for this matchup, Chris?
A close one, as we've seen all season. All three goals in the first leg coming in the second half. And as you said, Molynes taking the lead. And how often we have seen that this season, where Molynes have taken leads and not been able to maintain them. And in the end, the pedigree team of Portmore getting the job done. The St. Lucian Alvinus Myers, who is out sick today, with the winner on that occasion. Alex Marshall came on as a substitute and certainly made the difference in that second half with his wide play and his skill as well. And this has been a close one, as you do remember. In the league, they met once before, and it was a 1-1 draw on that occasion. So it hasn't been easy there. They have another meeting in the league. I think it's the last game, actually, of the preliminary round. They will meet again. But this will be a difficult matchup for both.
Please welcome
So both teams in the tunnel making their way out now, and they're battling for one spot in the semi-finals of this prestigious Lynk Cup as knockout football returns to Jamaica. Portmore United in their traditional white and blue, and Molynes United will be coming out in their majority yellow and blue as well. It's a big afternoon for football, and we're looking forward to the storyline that's going to be played out here in the community of Arnett Gardens. Maybe the crowd will come out a little bit later, but not a massive gathering as the teams meet each other, but still so much on the line here.
Yeah, both these teams playing 2 matches before this matchup. It started with a round of 32. As you remember, 24 teams involved. 8 teams got buys, the top 6 in the Premier League from last year, and then the 2 promoted teams, the Maroons, Chapelton Maroons and Falkland. Molynes getting by Hopewell initially, and then Waterhouse, a tough match for Molynes before meeting Portmore here. Portmore getting the better of Lime Hall from St. Anne, and then Arnett Gardens. What a match that was, a 3-2 win for them in that match against Arnett Gardens. Walsh, who's been in good goal scoring form with 2, and Alex Marshall.
Andrew Hayden is the man in charge of this one. He'll be assisted by Rolanda Bennett and Mojadi Gale. Alexi Perry is the 4th official. Time to take a look at the Molynes United starting lineup now, and Peter Harrison is between the sticks for Molynes United. Javon Brown, Damian Thomas, Janoy Cunningham and Tyrese Winter make up the back 4. Sergini Frankson, Taraj Andrews, Jeremy Nelson and Tyreek Wilson in the middle of the park behind the strikers Nicholas Nelson and Rashawn Livingston. The big news, no Jason Wright, their leading goal scorer in all competitions, out of the squad entirely after he picked up an injury in training a couple of days ago.
Yeah, big disappointment for them. Their leading goal scorer with 9 goals.
As we take a look at the Portmore United lineup, Benjamin Williams is between the sticks today. They have a back 3 of Stephen Young, Rudolph Austin and Gawain Austin. In the middle of the park, Emilio Rousseau on the left, Akeem Mullings on the right, Segan Knight, Nicoy Gale, Alex Marsh on the attacking midfielder behind the strikers Rushane Thompson and the aforementioned Siobhan Walsh, who's been a big hit since his arrival. 6 goals in all competitions.
Yeah, 3-5-2 is what Portmore will play. No Lamar Walker, he's still out injured, and that's unfortunate. As we see, yeah, Jason Wright there at the ground but not in the squad. They were doing some work on him leading up to the match a little bit earlier, about an hour ago, and they realized he just wouldn't be ready, he wouldn't be fit enough, so not even on the bench.
So, Portmore United, it appears, will be kicking off first. And action is now underway here at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. No Lamar Walker in the squad for Portmore United, and no Jason Wright in the squad for Molynes United. Jason Wright has been in really good form for the team in yellow, and I get the impression that he may be a bigger miss for Molynes United as opposed to Walker's absence with Portmore United.
Especially considering that Molynes trailed by 2-1 and need goals, and he's been in such form, and he has certainly helped Nicholas Nelson along his way to find momentum in terms of goal scoring.
Well, here's Molynes United trying to come forward. It's on his left foot, was thinking of a shot, Nelson, and in the end he was robbed of it. Don't think he was pleased with the run or the options Livingston was giving him as a strike partner, but it's something that they'd probably have to work out quick enough. Nelson, his brother, Jeremy, trying to thread that pass at Rudolph Austin. Nicholas trying to give it back to Jeremy, thinking of the shot, looking for an additional yard of space. Finally manages to send it out wide as Wilson sends this one inside, and it goes behind for a corner kick.
I was wondering how Benjamin Williams just left that so easily there. Was in a dangerous area. There's Alex Thomas, the head coach of Molynes. No chance of making the playoffs again in the league.
Yeah, they did pick up steam during the Premier League season, as this one is sent inside the area at the back post. It's headed back across. Austin was on the line to make the clearance. Picked up by Cunningham. Cunningham has lost it, you know. And the ball over the top. Looking for Rushane Thompson to chase the keeper, is off his line, but no trouble for Molynes United in the end. But almost scary hours there.
Miscommunication at the back between Peter Harrison and Brown. There's Philip Williams. Was having a good run in the Premier League. Did lose the last fixture against Cavalier, the Premier League leaders, by 2-0. But apart from that, before that, 4 wins in 5 games for Portmore. They still have work to do. They've currently been bumped out of the 6th position in the Premiership, falling to 7th behind Waterhouse.
Yeah, so nervy moments for them this season.
Yeah, they have some telling fixtures.
Yeah. Every game from now on in the season is almost like a final or an event, really. As this one is sent inside, and Walsh with an easy tap in. Oh, that was ridiculously easy for Portmore United. Siobhan Walsh on the doorstep, unmarked, getting his 3rd goal in the Lynk Cup, and his 7th overall in all competitions. And Peter Harrison can't believe it. How did they manage to leave him unmarked? Well, Walsh embraced it, he took it, and he converted. And with that, Portmore United with the advantage in this second leg, and they now lead 3-1 on aggregate.
Ridiculous defending at the back though from Molynes. Not sure what they were thinking at all. And yeah, it was that Winter who just let it go, and it was so easy. Rousseau certainly alert to it, and yeah, Watch says, well, that was comical. And his 3rd in the Lynk Cup.
Young. And it's away from Nicholas Nelson. Molynes United will have a throw. Try and take it quickly. This one sent inside. Nelson couldn't quite turn it around the corner there and go the other way. Rudolph Austin trying to switch the play. It's nodded inside. Walsh on it. Emilio Rousseau trying to get that one in across. And it is a corner kick to Portmore United.
Just a start, Portmore would have wanted some breathing room. You can see they're 3-1 on aggregate now. And yeah, Molynes still asleep defensively, and it has cost them.
Yeah, they have to be a sharp here. This one sent inside the area. Rudolph Austin nods it. And no issues there for Peter Harrison, who immediately sends it long, looking for Nicholas Nelson to give chase. And that one is headed into touch by Gawain Austin. Molynes United trying to move on with the proceedings quickly here.
In the league, they have the third.
Livingston with the effort. And not a whole lot behind that one. No issues there for Benjamin Williams.
Third worst defensive record in the league. Molynes, 38 goals they have conceded. And you got an idea of why in the first 2-3 minutes there. Just lack of communication. And even on the previous play with Harrison and Brown, no communication there, and it could easily have cost them.
Would have considered Molynes United to be a dark horse in this competition based on the form that we've seen them in the league as well. This is Nicholas Nelson. Turns back outside. That's a lovely ball at the back post, and really should have done better there.
His brother.
Yep, the brotherly connection working well in terms of finding him in the first place, but the finish should have been much more clinical. Nicholas Nelson making it look easy there. And Jeremy, making it look a tad difficult to get the power behind it. Brown. Taraj Andrews. Winter. Winter looking for options here. Jeremy Nelson back to Winter. To the edge of the box. Nelson trying to make his way around Rudolph Austin, and that was always going to be a difficult proposition. He does win the corner kick though. There's the ball inside the area. Austin appears to be everywhere in the early stages of this one. Alex Marshall trying to swing this over to the right hand side, but it was nowhere near Shane Thompson, and Molynes United will try to get another attack going here. Couldn't keep it in touch. Nicholas Nelson. Austin. So much experience he has, Rudolph Austin. Has been a leading light for Portmore United this entire season. But Portmore United, although they have been hard to beat, they've found it difficult to score. Bit of an anomaly for them to take the lead so early, but yeah, he's been a rock for them at the back. Rudolph Austin, former national captain as well.
Over 80 appearances for the Reggae Boys. Rodolphe Austin.
The ball played inside. Livingston on his left. Sends it across. Was thinking of hitting it first time, decided against it. Nicholas Nelson, as he tried to cut inside, and it goes the other way through Walsh.
Way too tentative in and around the 18-yard area they start from Molynes. They have had at least 3 or 4 occasions.
Yeah, they've had several touches in the box as well.
Yeah, and when they have had shooting opportunities on the edge of the 18 and they haven't made the most of it. Nicholas Nelson especially.
Austin taking matters into his own hands. Oh, an overlapping run.
He does have
and he continues to drive forward, Rudolph Austin. Finding Alex Marshall. And now Rousseau feeding Marshall again. Has some space to work with. And Marshall sends it across. And the save made by Peter Harrison.
Yeah, he was looking for Thompson, was lurking at the back post. Walsh had dropped off nicely, so he had options. Walsh had pulled away to the penalty spot. Maybe that was the right pass, but
I don't think he saw him actually.
Yeah, maybe not.
The move was a little bit too late for Marshall, who, when he looked up,
the wing mirrors weren't out.
Yeah, pretty much. But Molynes United, they are getting opportunities in the attacking third. It's just the final pass that has been lacking for them to get the equalizer in the second leg.
Way too passive. I don't even think it's about making that final pass. I think they've had chances with space to shoot, to be decisive, take a touch and shoot. And they haven't. It's almost as if they have not known what to do when they have gotten into that position. And there you see the absence of Jason Wright showing its face.
Yeah. No one really to hold the ball up for them.
And if it's one thing about Jason Wright, he knows where the goal is. He's certainly very decisive in that.
Yeah.
So that's a big miss. There he is, Jason Wright. 9 goals in the season and 2 assists for him thus far.
It must be frustrating watching this game.
Yeah.
From the stands. It's a knockout game. The winner goes through to the semi-finals. The winner on aggregate, I should say.
Molynes, of course, this is the first time they are competing in this competition. It hasn't been played since 2014.
We had so many knockout competitions in the past here in Jamaica. Even at the Confed level, the Jackie Bell knockout would be the biggest one at the Confed level. Of course, the CASAFA clubs, the King St. Andrew Football Association clubs, would take part in that competition. This knockout competition was known as the Champions Cup in the past as well.
Yeah, the All-Ireland knockout is the overall title.
Right. But now it's the Lynk Cup. And Lynk has put in a lot of money in terms of sponsorship and little prizes for each match day.
Yeah, well, Siobhan Walsh is doing pretty well for himself. His 3rd goal in the Lynk Cup, $5,000 for each goal scored.
So $15,000 in his account.
Not doing badly.
And certainly that tap in for this second leg was the easiest $5,000 he'd ever get in his life. So,
hence his smile and nod. But apart from that, you mentioned the prizes, Donna, and they're big, aren't they? 1.6 million for the winner.
Not bad for what, 6 weeks' work?
Yeah.
Roughly, for some teams.
Lace up. 1.4 for the second place team.
I have my reservations for that. It's really too close to the winner's purse. It really is. It has to hurt if you lose the final.
1.05 million for 3rd place.
No, that's also ridiculous.
Yeah. And 800,000. So already
close.
Cavalier and Harbourview there in the runnings, because 4th place will get 800,000.
Yeah.
And that's the worst they can come.
Where's the motivation in that though?
Get to the semi-final. What do you mean? There's a big difference between 800,000 and 16 and 1.6 million. It's double.
Well, that's 1st and 4th.
Exactly.
All right. I'm just saying it just hurts more. That's all I'm saying.
Oh. Still incentive to do well.
Yeah.
And you're coming from a round of 32, 24 teams involved. And you're in the top 4.
I think pride is a part of it as well. Yes. Pride pays, I suppose. Molynes United on the edge of the box. It would have been fanciful had Rudolph Austin not read it. That's probably the third time he has intervened so far in the opening 14 minutes of this game. They do have a player down, and referee Andrew Hayden has seen to it that he gets the attention that he deserves. That looks to be Stephen Young. It is Stephen Young. He actually scored in the first leg, the equalizer for Portmore United in the first leg of this fixture. And he doesn't need any more assistance from the bench, he tells referee Hayden. Well, yeah.
Yeah, inadvertent. One may say Young was way too close. Nice idea by Jeremy, even though it didn't come off. But yeah, it must be painful to stud right down the thigh.
Oh, is that what you call it?
It looked like in the thigh, am I wrong?
You may be wrong.
If it was higher, you wouldn't be so calm.
Just the one goal in it so far. Came pretty early in the piece. Rousseau just lobbing that one across, and Siobhan Walsh with the easiest of
just
tappings
look at
there.
Winter here though. What was Winter thinking? Just got under it, didn't want to head it out for a corner. Obviously no communication because he was blindsided. None of his defensive colleagues saying to him, look, there's Rousseau lurking behind you. And it was almost comical.
It was comical.
Yeah. Rousseau picks up another assist. Just like that.
There's no money in doing assists though, is there?
Not yet.
Okay.
This is just the first season.
It is. I will actually take out some money from second place to provide money for those who assist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm sure the second place team won't agree with you. Rudolph Austin again winning that challenge. Look at it there. Well done. Then was fouled. The 37-year-old.
Beat him and you're good. I guess that's what you tell the opponents. On paper, you look at it and say, a 37-year-old, why can't you beat him? Walsh trying to make his way through a couple of defenders. Molynes United backline holding firm on that occasion.
Not a good idea against this defense line, that long ball. All three of the Portmore centre backs are excellent in the air. The two Austins and of course Young.
And here is Young going into Molynes United territory as if it's his own. They really are sitting deep, Molynes United. Now they've ventured out a little to press. Marshall looking for options. Couldn't supply the pass out wide to Rousseau. Got Wayne Austin with the throw. Looking to get Rousseau going. Rousseau with the lob. A chance to get a good cross inside the area. And that wasn't a good cross inside the area.
No, Thompson pulling wide there and certainly got it wrong. Was under no pressure there, Rasheen Thompson. Could have even cut it back onto his right foot. Disappointing from a Portmore perspective, especially with 2-3 players in and around the area.
Molynes United, they really have got to make this tie interesting. They need a goal soon. But it was always going to be a difficult proposition once they realized that they wouldn't have their main striker. Let's see what Winter can do in terms of being a provider. It's not a bad one to Jeremy Nelson. Now it's with Nicholas Nelson. Again, he has Austin to contend with. And on the turf, trying to get the shot, Jeremy Nelson too. And deflected. It goes out into touch for a throw into Molynes United.
Something to argue about for Nicholas Nelson, but I don't know, his mood has just not been right today. And getting in a lot of arguments. There's certainly no foul there. He was never going to get a penalty for that. But yeah, doing a lot of arguing. But needs to do more with the ball in and around that area. He's seen a lot of it on the 18-yard area, and we just haven't seen the clinical Nelson.
Well, Gawain Austin for it now. And trying to move away from his marker, Thompson, and does so. Rousseau inside the area. You know that he has a powerful left foot. Thompson delivers. Oh, it's gone all the way through, you know. And Peter Harrison, has he handled that outside the area?
Well, not the best clearance by Harrison either. Molynes just look out of sorts at the start here. Not sure what's going on. Here's Rousseau weaving his way through. Then to Thompson. Just look at this. What kind of defending is that from Cunningham?
I'm trying to understand the third one as well. What he was trying to do.
Then Harrison does this. Well, yeah, it's probably on the edge of the line. But then it's clear and woeful.
Well, Portmore United with 56% of the possession so far. Young. This ball sent out wide. Can he keep that one in play? Manages to do so. Akeem Molynes sends this one across. No problems there for Harrison. But again, you reckon that there was too much space for Walsh, who got away from his marker then.
Well done, Rudolph Austin.
Yep.
Not sure why Knight didn't turn there. He had so much space.
Yeah, I'm not quite sharp, is he?
Slight changes in formation as well for Molynes. Javon Brown, who started the season at left back, had been promoted up the field, or pushed up the field into more of a left wing position. But today he's been asked to play the left back role. I wonder why.
I think when he has played at left back, he has been really very good.
I think
and he adds defensive stability as well, I feel, in that position. Here is Jeremy Nelson. Andrews. Oh, that's a nice ball, you know. Nicholas Nelson across, was looking for his brother, but Benjamin Williams in the way.
Yeah, I think Brown has helped a lot with the attack when he's been able to go forward, because he's so good from the dead ball and that delivery. The problem with Brown is he always wants to go forward, but he can't do the back and forth. I don't think his fitness is up to the level. And so when he gets forward, he struggles to get back, and that is when Molynes are exposed, especially in the wide areas.
So you just say just give him the freedom?
Yeah, because I think naturally he's going to push forward. He's not a sitting left back. And there's a problem for them, but let's see how it works out today. But I think him not going forward takes away from their their potency, their danger.
What's also interesting is that he's not one to cut inside at all. He provides the width for Molynes United regularly, and he's an outlet.
But when he's been playing in the flank areas, there's been some rotation. We've seen him on the right-hand side. You do remember when he cut in and scored a beauty with the left foot from about 20 yards out. So when he's playing higher, there's an opportunity for him to rotate, and he's a pretty good passer as well. So he has worked well with Wright and Nelson.
And here is one of the Nelsons in Jeremy looking for Livingston. Young is back there, and there's a push from Livingston, which was spotted by referee Hayden. And Young goes down for the second time in 10 minutes.
Right now, not a lot of link-up play in the middle of the park for Molynes, so they're opting for this long ball.
Which is ironic since we are in the link-up.
Yeah, but it plays right into the hands of Portmore because they love that.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are tonight's entertainment. Rudolph Austin finding his namesake. Go in.
Well, you have to play with the ball, you know.
Jeremy Nelson. Oh, that's a delightful ball. Again, finding his brother well, who has 2 to aim for inside the box, decides against making the cross. Now it comes inside to Jeremy Nelson, who didn't see Marshall, who knows how to nick 1 or 2 in stealing back the ball. Molynes United again. The shot from distance is high and wide from Taraj Andrews. And Marshall may need some attention over on the far side. No, he doesn't. As we take a look at the infringement there, the coming together with Jeremy Nelson. Yeah,
that was a step on the Achilles of Marshall. That's a certain foul, an easy call. Missed. Jeremy Nelson stepping into the Achilles. That's a nasty kind of.
You made the point. You made the point about Javon Brown and him being on the left-hand side, and whether he should operate in the more attacking third or should stay at left back where he has started this game from. No issues for Emilio Rousseau on the Portmore side. They've decided to put him effectively on the left side of midfield on the other side, and he's been given less defensive duties for the second leg.
Well, Rousseau does, but if you watch Rousseau in games, he hasn't struggled to go up and down.
That's true.
His fitness is up, and he's had a much better season. His goal scoring is up. Everything about him, his deliveries are a lot more consistent this season. We've been waiting to see that from Emilio Rousseau from his days at St. George's, and finally he's getting it together at the senior level. Brown, I think, quite frankly, I think should shed a few pounds and look at his match fitness a little bit more so that he can do that up and down from the left back row.
Nicoy Gale, the youngster trying to go long, was looking for Rashane Thompson on that occasion. Good to see more youngsters getting game time at the highest level as far as club football is concerned in Jamaica. Of course, Portmore United missing Dasha Satchwell, who's gone overseas.
Both St. Lucian's out as well. Alvinus Myers and Jevic McFarlane both are ill and not in the squad. I think those two are big misses as well.
Did I say Dasha Satchwell? You should have corrected me, Chris Taylor.
My apologies.
Yes. It's Shaquan Satchwell.
I didn't even realize.
I think they're related, actually. Shaquan and Dasha. Imagine turning back the years and talking about Dasha Satchwell being...
As a youngster?
Yeah, as a youngster, right? He's been around for a bit. Free kick to Molynes United. They're looking for something more, and they're not going to get it. Where was this infringement? Was it inside the box? Wow.
Ooh, that's inside.
That's on the line at the very well, was that? No.
Is that the challenge though? What's the challenge? Which challenge is he?
Oh, it
It's
must
the
have started before.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Although they have placed the ball pretty close to the edge of the box.
A lot closer.
A lot closer.
No
but
surprise
we
that
did see
Brown
the
is there.
point. We did see the point from referee Hayden, and Brown is good at this with his left foot.
Does favour Brown with the left foot from this angle.
But Nicholas Nelson, we know, can whip this one inside as well. It is Brown though, straight to Williams.
Yeah, Brown usually good in those positions. Do you remember Rashawn Plummer, who was at Molynes and playing in that left back role of recent, played centre back all of last season and was very good, I thought, in the position. He was asked to play left back. He's migrated, Plummer, so no longer part of the squad. And
well, not for now anyway.
Yeah, not for now. And I think that has also forced them to use Brown again in that position.
And if we are to be fair to Molynes United, we shouldn't expect them to be as free-flowing as we've seen them in the last few weeks. Not everybody is like an Arnett Gardens who can swap out players and still continue on a run. Same can be said of the Cavalier team and squad. So they're asking for a handled ball here. And
off the hand of Gawain Austin.
yeah, but that looks to be outside the box.
That's well outside the box.
So
they got it.
it seems as if they got that call.
Yeah.
Marshall to Gale.
I guess what referee Hayden was saying is he was trying to play the advantage, and then when there was none, he called it back to the initial.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Fair game.
Walsh gets the return. Skips by a challenge. Fires a shot. Oh, well, Harrison didn't deal with that one too well. Burst through his fingers there. And he knows he is lucky.
Yeah. The Molynes defense have been sleeping all afternoon, and this is another example. Very lucky there, Harrison. He was worried for sure. Yeah, he knows he got away with one. And he's been a little bit off as well, Harrison. Good strike by Walsh. Has already scored a brace in the Lynk Cup in that 3-2 win over Arnett Gardens.
Rousseau's ball inside. Well, that went straight to the first defender. He'll try again to provide better service. Not clear properly. It's Alex Marshall. Not his left foot, right? But he expected a little bit more from him, even from his right. Wasn't able to generate the power. Seagull Knight goes long. Rousseau running on to the end of it. Goes into Thompson rather. Goes into another gear. Then plays it to the edge of the box, and no Portmore United player was near it. Knight again goes long. This is Alex Marshall looking for the give and go. He still has it. Marshall! Harrison went down low. Again, not a lot of power was behind that shot. But Harrison saved it.
Disappointing end result from Alex Marshall. Expected a better shot on his favoured side.
They've given it up. Jeremy Nelson has given it away to Walsh. And the initial shot wasn't even on target. Probably should have calmed down a little bit because he had a little time to work with.
Yeah, this was a build-up play again.
Yeah.
Nice wide pass there. One is inside to Marshall. Marshall does well to play the 1-2 here at Walsh. Oh, that was well done, but strike was disappointing, too weak from Marshall, especially on his left side. And Harrison should have been in more trouble than he was.
Yeah, the ball was just a little bit too close to the striker. ended up dragging it, couldn't get the power behind it. Taraj Andrews. Livingston was fouled. Free kick again to Molynes United. Interesting position here as the wall is being set up by Benjamin Williams.
Same two players over it. This one, the angle suits Nelson.
Yeah.
Especially if he wants to go for goal.
He's going to be kicking into a stiff breeze though, Nelson. And the chip inside of Rudolph Austin read that all the way through.
Yeah, good work.
And the clearance was almost perfect from Austin. Oh, that's just well done overall by Portmore United.
I think the short run-up also gave it away from Nelson. I think Rudolph Austin read that he wasn't going for goal based on his approach.
Well, he would have seen it all, Rudolph Austin. So I don't think a lot of things fool him in this game, especially if it's orchestrated by Jamaicans. Jeremy Nelson winning the header. Wilson sends it out wide. Strong challenge coming in. Sergio Frankson was fouled here as the ball comes inside the area. Brown has it. Thomas striding forward, still making his way through. Cunningham. Brown on it. Tucks this one inside. Nicholas Nelson with a shot. And Benjamin Williams had to skip across to make the save. Not sure if it was quite on target, but Williams was just making sure, and he couldn't quite hold on as well.
Yeah, there was an awkward bounce just in front of him, but this is the kind of areas I like to see Javon Brown in. Getting forward, very good link-up play with Nelson, and probably was just going to be wide of the upright.
Sent inside, and Young clearing that one from out of the 6-yard area. And finally it's hacked away by Akeem Molynes. Nice touch from Thompson. Getting Gale involved. Now it's with Walsh, who can drive that one, decides against it and went for the pass. Late challenge coming in. It's a free kick that's awarded to Portmore United.
Yeah, Walsh with space inside the 18-yard area, and he got that very wrong, Walsh. Way too high and deep. They've gotten the ball on the left-hand side of the attack quite a few times on the edge of the 18, and the deliveries from Walsh and Thompson haven't been the best. So they haven't made the most of it.
Here's the ball inside the area, and well, Harrison decided against catching it. Went for the punch it himself, and Portmore United, they get it back. Knight finding Marshall. Marshall does well inside the box. Marshall wide of the mark. Another big chance for Portmore United, and Alex Marshall on his left foot on this occasion had the power, didn't have the direction.
Just one goal in the Lynk Cup so far for Alex Marshall. to go with his 4 in the league. Good area. Change of pace was excellent. Was actually fouled and decided to stay on his feet, to give him credit. It was a difficult angle though, and had the right idea to aim for the far post. Couldn't find it. Portmore looked dangerous, and especially down the right-hand side of the Molynes defense. Here it is again.
Yep.
Too much room there.
That's wonderful stuff from Molynes, and tried to get that one inside.
And again, that final pass, disappointing from Portmore. Not finding a play in the white and blue.
Needs to do more. Here they come again. Rousseau, oh, he's dribbling all the way through, and he goes down inside the box. Referee Hayden ignores him. I think there was obvious contact there, but was it enough for him to be laying on the ground like that?
No, says referee Hayden.
And now the play is going to be stopped so that Rousseau gets the attention. It probably was a little bit painful because let's see what happened here. He got...
He didn't get the ball at all for sure. Did play the man. That probably was a penalty actually.
Yeah,
you know?
it probably was.
Yeah, I mean, there's no... Cunningham wasn't even close to the ball. The only thing I could say from referee Hayden is that he thought it was not a lot of contact.
Brown sends this one inside. And here's Livingston. Brown. The rain is here at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Brown on it. Challenge coming in from Molynes. Ball comes inside the area and at the back post. It's put behind for yet another corner kick. We have about 3 minutes to go in the first half. Portmore United in the ascendancy, but they have some defending to do now. And Marshall does just that. Ball comes inside again. Rudolph Austin in the way.
Again.
Livingston skies it again.
Yeah, this first half has been way too easy for Portmore United, especially considering that they are leading 3-1 on aggregate. Molynes just haven't come alive. They've looked half asleep, especially defensively, and probably by now Portmore will be disappointed that they've only found one goal in this second leg with the amount of opportunities they've had in the 18-yard area. Look at that, for example.
Thompson sends it across, almost went all the way across the wash. That clearance was pivotal. Now it goes the other way. Can Molynes United capitalize here? This is Tyreek Wilson, and he was fouled, and the yellow card is going to be shown to the youngster Nicoy Gale. I think that was actually necessary from Gale. Wilson to ding this one. Oh, that's poorly done. Yep, just confirmed the yellow card was shown to Nicoy Gale. Rousseau going over the top. Thompson, I believe, is onside, but it probably would have been better for him to retrieve that if he was offside by some miles. Two minutes of time will be added on for stoppages. Not missing any football. There's a Peter Harrison is the one who's down. I think he's also changing his boots as well.
What timing?
Yeah.
But truth be told, Molynes need all the time they can get, so it won't even suit him to waste time. They're already down by a goal to nil and 3-1 on aggregate.
No, this is necessary. Needed a change of boots because of the conditions.
No, I'm agreeing with you, so I'm just confirming that it's certainly not time wasted. Portmore, who are 3-time champions of the All-Ireland Knockout, looking to make it to yet another semi-final. The Stars of the East are already there, who are 5-time champions, and Cavalier, who surprisingly have never won this competition. Cavalier, even though they've been around for such a long time, they're also there as well. The winner of this and the winner of Tivoli Dumble Holding to complete the 4. It was an exciting match in the round of 16 where Portmore got by Arnett Gardens, the home team here, by 3 goals to 2.
Well, he has taken all 2 minutes to get his act together, Peter Harrison.
Some really big raindrops.
Yeah.
Coming down here.
Sounds like hail too. Not a stoppage. Damian Thomas is all right now. The rain is heavy, but I don't think it's going to be too long. I don't think there's going to be a lot more time for this half as the yellow card is flashed.
Is it Winter who picked up the card? I think it is Tyrese Winter with the yellow.
Yep.
Second card we've seen, 1 for each.
This time the free kick goes in favor of Winter and Molynes United. That's the end of the half. And Portmore United are in charge of this tie They have the advantage. They had it pretty early, courtesy of Siobhan Walsh, who has scored his third goal in the Lynk Cup. There he is, the number 14 for Portmore United. And the 27-year-old is the difference maker so far in this second leg. Portmore United with a 2-goal advantage on aggregate. And Molynes United will have to talk it over. They'll need a massive performance in the second half. But at the halftime interval, they trail in this second leg to Portmore United by 1-0.
Lynk Cup Quarter-Final, second leg action here at the Molynes Sports Complex. And after 45 minutes, the three-time champions Portmore United lead Molynes by 1-0, 3-1 on aggregate. Let's have a look at the first half highlights. Molynes in their full yellow with blue trim, and Jeremy Nelson coming forward into the right area, Fraxon into the box and across the 6-yard area and out for a goal kick. Molynes just weren't organised defensively, and Portmore threatening early. Look at this defensive work by Winter. Not sure what he was thinking, but Emilio Rousseau was well alert. And Siobhan Walsh, the 27-year-old, adding his third in the Lynk Cup and his 7th in all competitions. Not good defending at all by Molynes, and Walsh making the most of it. That just came after 3 minutes. And another assist for Emilio Rousseau with that talented left foot. Siobhan Walsh, who played some time in Vietnam and Indonesia, making the difference. Then Nicholas Nelson driving forward. He's been in a miserable mood, Nicholas Nelson, and not really enjoying this first half. And his brother Jeremy with a weak attempt, which went through to Benjamin Williams. Portmore continuing to come forward into the wide area. Walsh again stinging the palms of Peter Harrison, and luckily for him, it worked its way over the bar. Not the best handling by the Molynes number 1. Then Alex Marshall playing a nice 1-2 with Walsh, was involved in everything. Good for Portmore. Marshall with the strike, too weak, and Harrison down early to save. But Portmore threatening yet again, and probably with the chances they have gotten should have put this to bed already. Then again Rousseau into the area, but too far ahead of Walsh, and he thought he should have done better, the big number 14 Siobhan Walsh. Then one of the few moments for Molynes, Brown getting forward to Nelson with a strike, and an awkward bounce right in front of Benjamin Williams, and he went behind for a corner. Then Alex Marshall, quick feet and trickery as well from the wide area, aiming for that back post just wide the upright. Marshall with a smile. And Molynes escaping. There we see nothing for the Molynes team yet. Some 10 shots, 4 on target. And yeah, they're still drawing a blank after 45 minutes. 3 on target from 6 for Portmore United. 10 fouls between the two. They are evenly shared. And the cards as well. 1 for Nicoy Gale and 1 for Tyrese Winter. Molynes, they have had majority of the corners, 2-1. They have also made majority of the saves. And possession belongs to Portmore. They have 59% of it. And after 45 minutes, they have the only goal. Portmore United lead Molynes by 1-0. We go to a break and we leave you with highlights from yesterday's encounter between Mount Pleasant and Cavalier. Action packed in the first half. Mount Pleasant with the better of the play coming forward, and in the midfield, a Taparoy Bygrave with a strike from outside the area. Not on target. Then Trevante Stewart breaking wide right, ball into the area. And yeah, not clearing properly were Cavalier. And Mount Pleasant certainly in the middle of the park were doing better. Then Cavalier looking to get something of their own. Richard King driving forward. Richard King with a strike. That was heading in, and it was a wonderful save by Shaquan Davis. That was going into the top corner, you know. And Davis with a stellar save. Then nice 1-2 play. Merrick to Stewart. And Stewart just couldn't keep his shot down. He's been lacking confidence up front in recent games, Trevante Stewart. And his lack of form continues. This one was on target. Was a good strike. And Vino Bartlett with a strong right hand to push it over. Still in the first half, and Mount Pleasant continuing to come forward. Topi there with a header, but he couldn't get it down. Yeah. Then Cavalier driving forward. That strike was very awkward and took a bad bounce in front of Shaquan Davis, who did well to push it over. And then this mistake just before the end of the first half. Dwayne Atkinson should have buried that, but he didn't. Can't believe that he missed 10 goals in all competitions for Dwayne Atkinson this season. That should have been 11. Davis in no man's land, and luckily to get to the half unscathed. Then Mount Pleasant in the second half, Melvin Doxley, and look at that save from Vino Bartlett. These are the kind of saves that St. Lucian can produce, and that's why he is the player of the game, with saves like that. Good defensive work there by Richard King. He was safe in the box for Cavalier. A chance would come now for Cavalier yet again. Well, Gadale Irvin from wide, and yeah, even he can't believe it. Gadale Irvin, how did that get past Shaquan Davis? Unsighted initially, but definitely should have got his hands in play. Shaquan Davis made a meal of it, and that coming in stoppage time at the end of the game. The winner for Cavalier, Gadale Irvin, the scorer, his first of the season.
There you have it, Cavalier.
the NBA tonight, Game 3 in the best-of-7 series between the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. You don't want to miss it. 8 o'clock Jamaica time, 9 p.m. ECT, as the playoffs have just begun. Talking about the first round here, Warriors in trouble, having lost the first 2 games against the Kings. But they're back home now. Let's see what they'll offer inside the Oracle Arena, they still call it. Yep. And we're on the way here for the start of the second half between Molynes United and Portmore United. Molynes United trailing on the day and on aggregate.
Yeah, very similar to the Warriors, and then similar colours as well.
Yeah. The Kings, though, with their purple outfit, as this ball is sent inside, no issues there for Benjamin Williams. Well, yeah, that's where the similarities end for this one. Rousseau.
Red and blue do make purple.
You had to go the extra mile, right? Close enough. All right.
Lots of work for Molynes to do. This has to be a much better half for them than what we saw in the first stanza, because it really wasn't good, and they certainly didn't come alive. They looked asleep.
Nevada Blair is on, by the way, in place of Rashawn Livingston. The only change made by either team at the start of this second stanza, as Brown on it. Oh, that's a lovely touch inside, you know, but there was a slight touch from Jeremy Nelson that probably wasn't necessary on that occasion.
Again, Javon Brown in the attack, and you see what he can do.
Wilson headed away by Young. Yeah, the rain was heavy but short-lived. We do hope that there isn't much rain left,
if any.
But still pretty much overcast here. Alex Marshall from distance is over the top. Javon Brown sends this one inside the area. First touch wasn't the best from Nevada Blair. Now Wilson sends this out wide. There's the ball inside the area, headed away. Molynes did enough. Looking for an outlet. Does well to keep the ball. Finding Alex Marshall now. Marshall with a lovely pass out wide to Emilio Rousseau. Back to Marshall. Tripped up outside the box. Earns a free kick for his team.
In some pain, Alex Marshall putting his body in front of the defenders there, and yeah, landed awkwardly. Just cutting across well the body of Frankson, and there was a touch from Damian Thomas just outside, a knee into the thigh. Those are always painful.
So Walsh is behind this, so too Rousseau. I think Walsh is favored to go for it. The 4-man wall set up. It's Rousseau!
Brilliant
off
free
the
kick.
woodwork. Now it goes the other way. Molynes United, what can they do with its attack? Nicholas Nelson going forward. Nelson looking across, looking for Nevada Blair. The clearance was made. And it was Rousseau back there. Or it was Rousseau that was inside the area, trying to get on the end of that one.
Or was it Rousseau with a free kick that hit the crossbar?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was actually Gawain Austin who made the clearance, a sliding clearance there, which was very useful. But Rousseau, what a free kick it was. Spoke about that talented left foot and certainly had the beating of Harrison. But unfortunately, he needed it to be a couple inches lower.
Well, Molynes. No, well, here's a ball coming inside from Wilson. And there was a deflection there. It's gone outside for a corner kick. Here's a replay there, and yeah, Harrison could have done little with that one.
Excellent from Rousseau. Good pace behind it. Just needed it to dip a little bit more.
Corner kick coming inside. And Walsh will come away with it. Goes long, you know.
Nice pass.
Thompson utilizing his speed well inside the area. Thompson, can he finish? Well.
A mix-up at the back yet again, and that should be a corner. Yeah.
It is. Came off Damian Thomas there.
Yeah, almost an own goal. Thomas and Harrison getting in each other's way. We've seen that quite a bit. The communication from Harrison, not what it should be. And both nearly making a mockery of their defensive third.
And they're still not speaking about it.
Let's thought that Thompson delayed the shot maybe a little bit too much. That, yeah, after that second touch, he should have looked to do something, pulled his foot back.
Corner kick coming up for Portmore United. Free kick to Molynes United in their own penalty area.
Good take.
Yep. Winter. Expect better from him because at times he plays in a more advanced role than he is now at right back. He usually plays on the right side of the midfield area. Sometimes he's been asked to play a role in a more defensive area of the park, but quality just lacking. There was a handled ball there from Thompson. Free kick to Molynes United. Or was it?
Free kick to Portmore, actually.
Well,
not sure where the foul was there. Javon Brown can't understand it. Philip Williams with a smirk.
I definitely can't understand what happened there, but Emilio Rousseau is behind this one. Portmore United, can they capitalize here? No, they can't. Another appeal for a handled ball there. And it goes in favor of Portmore United. They move quickly. It's Walsh. Goes wide and sends that shot wide. Wasn't clear from that replay, I don't think, but did it come off the hand of Brown?
It looked like Thompson to me.
It did. Now Williams is hurt. Navarra Blair just getting involved, finding out if the Portmore United custodian is okay. So for those of you just joining us, just to remind you of the fact that Portmore United, they are 1-0 ahead in this second leg, courtesy of an easy goal from Siobhan Walsh, that is third in the Lynk Cup. Emilio Rousseau providing that one, and Walsh with a comfortable finish. So the lead 1-0 on the day, 3-1 on aggregate. What's on his mind? Some spectators distracted with other issues. Not quite a gripping football game they are witnessing. Portmore United with 3 unanswered goals in this tie. Remember that they took the lead in the first leg. Molynes United through Jeremy Nelson. But since then, goals from Stephen Young, Alvarez Myers, and Siobhan Walsh. This is Rousseau looking for the ball inside to Walsh, not cleared properly. It's with Marshall, wide of the mark. Had just a little bit of space to operate in. Managed to get the shot off, wasn't on target though. Blair collecting that one deep. Brown, nicely done. The pass wasn't the best though. Walsh has it. Marshall on his left manages to keep his balance and possession. And was he clipped again? Well, couldn't keep his balance on that occasion. He gets it back. Siegel Knight. Rousseau. Knight. Thompson with space to work with is inside the area. Thompson took forever and a day, and the clearance made by Molynes United.
Yeah, Thompson again, lots of pace, but needs to make up his mind earlier. Rashean Thompson, a shake of the head, and it's very disappointing from the number 22 yet again. 4th or 5th time he's gotten into this kind of area, and then he just can't make his mind up, waits too long, and the opportunity disappears. This was a chance for Marshall, and you thought that if that was on the other side of the post, it would have beaten Harrison. Right idea by Marshall to take the shot quickly, but not enough of the inner part of his left foot. Portmore threatening yet again, as they have done for the entire game. Just a 1 goal to show.
Here's the corner kick, headed out. It's with Siegel Knight. The former Clarendon College man couldn't keep that shot down. They move, Molynes. Jeremy Nelson looking for support. Sending this one the other way. Walsh does well to get there.
Not a good pass at all. Not sure what Knight was thinking, but that was very inaccurate. And unnecessary for Portmore to turn it over, but they do.
And here is Brown. Well, not quick enough to get there.
Have to remember, with the rain that was falling, now the surface is a lot quicker. The ball is going to skip across it.
That's exactly what happened there.
Temper the pace. Still overcast, but based on what we have seen, I think the worst of it is behind us.
Probably, literally. Probably there are a lot more dark clouds behind us, which is the eastern end of the island. Coming from St. Thomas side. That's where the rains came from originally. Walsh on it. Trying to bulldoze his way through. Now it goes the other way. Looking for the give and go. Challenge coming in hard on Frankson from Knight.
Molynes have scored in every game in the Lynk Cup so far. Will that continue?
Well, that was wayward again from Tyrese Winter.
A 2-0 win over Hopewell from Hanover. A 2-1 win against Waterhouse. And then the 1-1 draw in the first leg. Not able to get on the score sheet so far, but it's been a good link up for Molynes leading up here. But they need more going forward. Oh, how they have missed Jason Wright.
Oh, they have. They most certainly have. Oh, he's done really well there, and the ball sent across the area. There's an appeal for a penalty there, ignored by the officials. And now here's Walsh bursting through and finishing well to get his second of the game. And the fourth for the 27-year-old in the Lynk Cup. What a run he's having in the competition and in the season since joining Portmore United. A big chance at the other end, an appeal for a penalty, and Portmore United responding with the second goal in this second leg. 2-0 now.
Call there, nothing much in it. Some would say good defending by Gawain Austin. Long pass downfield, and this was too easy. What kind of defending was that from Damian Thomas? Getting on the wrong side of Siobhan Walsh, and once he got ahead with his strength and his deceptive pace, he was always going to expose Harrison, and it was an easy finish in the end. Harrison deciding to stay on his 6-yard line instead of advancing and cutting the angle, and it probably was easier for Walsh. His second brace in the Lynk Cup, he has 4 in it, and 8 goals in all competitions this season for Siobhan Walsh. He has been a great addition to this Portmore squad, and Portmore driving home, heading to the semi-finals.
Seems that way. And Molynes United has made it easy for Philip Williams and his team.
Yeah, Molynes now will need at least 3 goals to even take it into extra time. I just don't see that happening based on what has happened today, especially with no Jason Wright.
Yeah. Sometimes in football, the writing is on the wall pretty early.
his season coming to a close. Alex Thomas hasn't really left the bench today, and unfortunately his Molynes team really haven't turned up in their performance. They still have just under half an hour to go, but it's been a disappointing performance thus far by the Molynes United team.
Well, they're making a change here, or a couple of changes rather. We see that Taraj Andrews is one of the players coming off. Brian English on in his stead.
Haven't seen him in a while, English.
Ball played inside the area, and Portmore United doing enough at the back.
Brian English was at Cavalier last season.
Oh, that wasn't the best clearance. Cunningham is up there, so to Jeremy Nelson. It's sent out wide to Nicholas Nelson, trying to play it across the face of goal, and it's gone behind for a corner kick. And Joshua Duar is on for Tyreek Wilson, who's had a quiet afternoon. Ball coming inside. Again, robbed inside his own penalty area.
Rousseau didn't quite get that right.
Cunningham. Duar sends it out wide. Trying the reverse pass there, Jeremy Nelson. Oh, he was skinned alive by Rudolph Austin.
Oh, yes.
And he manages to recover well, Nelson. Now the ball played. It's a good ball inside. One of the best delivery that we've seen all afternoon from Tyrese Winter there. But it's something that couldn't have been capitalized on by Navardo player.
So 6 minutes substitution for the Molynes team. Number 6, Tajra Andrew, was replaced by number 3, Brian English. Also coming out was number 8, Tyree Wilson. He was replaced by number 9.
Just about midway the second half, Christina.
On substitution.
Molynes United, they have a lot of work to do.
Because of the closeness of the matchups all season, the 1-0 draw in the league, 2-1 in the first leg, and Molynes did take the lead. I expected a much better performance by Molynes, especially considering there's no chance of them making it through to the playoffs.
Too many cogs missing though in the wheel, and I think that has been the issue.
Yeah. Plummer no longer there. Right out with injury.
Oh, nice touch.
Out.
Thompson. Rousseau forced a little bit wider than he wanted to go. Then he lost this inside the area. Walsh is going to do battle with Brown. Brown wins. Frankson with a touch inside to Brown. Brown lost possession. Nicely done. Thompson. Oh, nice touch to Emilio Rousseau. Can't crack it from distance. Well wide of the mark.
Good work again by Gawain Austin. He's been really solid for this Portmore team so far, Gawain Austin. Being led well by his uncle.
Marshall.
Too much.
Scoop out wide. No, he'll keep it in play.
Yeah.
Yep. Marshall gets it back, keeps his balance, cutting inside, can't crack it, decides against it, finding Gale. Gale sweeps it out to Rousseau, back inside to Marshall, twisting, turning, looking for the space, cracks the shot over the top.
Did well there, Marshall. Turning and turning, just wanted that little bit of space, did find it, but scooped the shot in the end. Nice play here. Gale deciding to go wide to Rousseau, back inside to Marshall. Look at this, turning his way, keeping the ball close to him, but then getting under the shot in the end, and it was always going high. But nice move. Everyone from Molynes afraid to challenge because they didn't want to give up a penalty.
Rose replaces Gale. Jaheen Rose on.
Jaheen Rose did score in the 2-0 win against Lime Hall in the round of 32. Not known for goal scoring, the central midfielder. Another tough challenge by Gawain Austin. He's been so good in the back line for Portmore today.
Ball sent inside the area. Oh, that wasn't cleared properly, and the shot is blocked. It's Hudson again in the way. They're appealing for another handball, and it's waved off by referee Hayden. Oh, that was dramatic.
Did Stephen Young take something to the face? It was Rodolphe Austin with the block though on the 6-yard line. Nicholas Nelson is working his way into the book. Yeah. He's been arguing with the officials all day. This was the opportunity into the area. Siobhan Walsh ducking under it instead. Good block by Rodolphe Austin. The appeal for handball was what? On Stephen Young. There was no way they were going to get that. Young was right where the ball was. That's certainly not a handball on Rodolphe Austin.
His hands were tucked in.
Yeah, and he came off the hip. And then the bicycle attempt, and Stephen Young was right there. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't get kicked as well.
Yeah, Nelson confirming that he got the yellow card there.
Good call by the officials.
Well, that's a loud rooster. Here's Daniel Hardy on.
His time clock
for
is
Jeremy
off.
Nelson a little bit, yes. Nicholas Nelson. Now he goes the other way for Portmore United.
Well played by Molynes.
It was a really good play, and Walsh was tackled, brought down there, rugby style by Brown. They take it quickly. Almost came across to Thompson. Rousseau. Oh, they're giving it up. Decides to, I think he was going for the shot, you know.
Good block by Rodolphe Austin yet again. This defense line of Portmore not easy to break down.
Oh, that's a lovely chip inside. The keeper is off his line. And, yep, penalty has been awarded. It was a delayed reaction to go down, I felt. But he was touched inside the box. There was a collision. And I think that was the correct choice in the end.
Yeah, Benjamin Williams did knee. Look here, uses a knee. Well, not a lot in it. I thought he did use the knee into the left leg of Nicholas Nelson, who, to give him credit, tried to stay up.
Yeah, there was connection there.
But you think to yourself, if you did give the one for Rousseau earlier, why give this one?
Well, there was a coming together.
A slight tangle of legs. It actually looks very soft there. Clumsy by both players, in fact. And, well, maybe fortuitous.
Nicholas Nelson looking for his third goal in the Lynk Cup. Scores it. They're back in the game. Maybe back in the tie. They now trail by 2 goals. Can a miracle still occur for Molynes United?
So, good penalty taken by Nicholas Nelson. His second in the Lynk Cup this season and his 8th in all competitions. Nicholas Nelson. And maybe a bit fortuitous, but he earned the penalty and he converted it. 4-2 now on aggregate for Portmore. And as we said, Molynes have scored in every game. They have kept that stat alive. But if they can't find more, they still will be crashing out here at the quarter-final stage.
Thompson. Rousseau. Going around and the ball. Oh, what a ball that is to Walsh. Delightful. But Walsh needed a better connection.
If any. Beautiful delivery. He's on a hat-trick, Siobhan Walsh. And needless to say, that should have been the 3rd. He couldn't have asked for it any better from Emilio Rousseau. And he was unmarked. Maybe trying to be a little bit too cute with the finish.
It really was a delightful ball from Rousseau.
Yeah, from the wide area, Rousseau loves this kind of area. And his delivery is usually an 8.5 out of 10. Walsh should have finished that. No excuses, Walsh. Oh, yes, he was there unmarked. The keeper was actually not close enough to him. And maybe needed to be a bit braver with his commitment to the header.
Yeah, I think in his mind he wanted to guide it into the far corner.
Didn't even get a lock on it.
Door trying to force that one through. Another time and place from Frankson. Walsh. Frankson wins it back. First touch wasn't the best from Duar. And now Rousseau asking the chase to be made by Thompson. Throw into Portmore United. Rousseau with a throw. Marshall on it now. Wonderful ball inside, not cleared properly. Thompson was trying to attack it too. Didn't reach it. Marshall will try again to deliver. Goes to the byline. And it goes behind for a corner kick to Portmore United.
Management of the game, you'd think at this point for Portmore United with a 2-goal advantage on aggregate. The more they have the ball, the more possession, the less opportunity for Molynes.
Rousseau's ball inside the area at the back post. The looping header goes over the top.
I'm surprised that Stephen Young was the one that won the header, as he does so many times.
So many times. Defensively and offensively.
Yeah. Again, trying that high ball, our Molynes, but
there's another high ball over the top. Benjamin Williams, though, watching that all the way.
Well done by Marshall.
Indeed. And was he being held back? Well, he moves away, and Walsh was on his heels there, I felt. Hardy.
Frankson. He's all over the place, Frankson.
Oh, he's kept the ball. Duar. Going goalwards, you know. That was an inaccurate pass in the end. Shake of the head from Chris Taylor for the 18th time in this match.
That's a foul. That was too obvious from Walsh. I mean, he played it well, did Damian Thomas. As soon as he felt the hand, he just went down. I'm sure it wasn't that aggressive, but you just can't do that.
Alex Marshall's day is done. They need him for the run-in in the Jamaica Premier League.
I was just about to say, quite a few games, 3 games to go for Portmore United.
All 3 of them are critical, every one of them.
Yeah. And they have a heavy set of fixtures. They go to Humber Lion on the weekend, then they play Waterhouse, and then their last match against this same Molynes team to close off the preliminary round.
And what a sweet revenge it would be for Molynes United if they provide themselves with the opportunity to knock Portmore United out of playoff contention.
Yeah. Portmore currently sitting 7th, just 1 point behind.
Frankson sends it in long.
Waterhouse.
And it was too long on that occasion.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that battle for 6th spot is going to be interesting. Really very interesting. And that matchup with Humber Lion is a
critical one.
It's a really critical one.
Humber Lion in 5th position, but 4 points ahead of Portmore. So yeah, Dumble Holding also not out of it. They have 32 points.
Hardy. Molynes has kept that one in play. Well, he's just come on the park. Lester Joseph. Tough challenge on Frankson, who wanted to retaliate.
Another one of the St. Lucians. The only one in the squad who isn't sick. Lester Joseph.
It was a sick challenge though, wasn't it? Oh, well, good pressing there from Brown. What can they make of this? A goal here will be really interesting. And, you know, that was an opportunity I felt as well for Nicholas Nelson. Surely it was a shot. It wasn't intended to be a pass, but it was a poor attempt. And Nelson was in an onside position there. Walsh on a hat-trick. Here's Joseph. Knight sends it across to Rousseau. Rousseau sends this high and no issues there for Harrison. Goes long immediately. Oh, Knight does really well. And he goes the other way. And this is Joseph again. And he dings it out wide. Just a matter of managing the time now, Portmore United. No need to put themselves under any additional pressure. Molynes, though, Oh, tries to cut it back in, but Walsh was moving towards the far post. Well, part of the first glitch there by Rudolph Austin. Was a two-footed challenge that was dangerous looking. Stephen Young. Studs were up, I felt.
It was a late call, wasn't it? Seemed like he played all ball. Here you go. No, his feet were down. Studs were not exposed.
Until after the fact.
Yeah. I thought that was a fair challenge. Anyhow.
Here's Molynes United. What can they do here? Brown's ball inside, finding Young. Brown allowing that one to go into touch. May just send this one inside the area himself, but a change is going to be made by Portmore United. In fact, two changes. Emilio Rousseau's days also up. Well, they're going to wait until after the corner kick, the ball sent inside the area. They've got a second, but the whistle goes. Oh, the goal is given.
Well,
it is awarded. And things have got really interesting now with about 4 minutes to go.
There was a whistle on the play. The assistant referee is calling Hayden over, is he? No. Referee Hayden says goal. I thought he blew the whistle early. I don't think they did anything wrong there, the attackers.
It was Nicholas Nelson who got the final touch, I think.
No,
no.
Handball.
It was.
Well, punched it, did Nicholas Nelson.
He did punch it.
A hand of God moment. Well, the assistant referee obviously didn't see it.
Wow.
And is it given?
Yep, it has been given. There's no review to be had. And Molynes United a goal behind.
They're down as well.
Let's take a look at this again.
It's Nicholas Nelson though, it's not Damian Thomas. That's Nicholas Nelson. Yeah, Nicholas Nelson with the hand.
Yep, easy, easy.
It's definitely Nicholas Nelson. And yeah, not the kind of finish you'd want to see, but it's given. Unsportsmanlike if you ask me, but strange things happen in professional sport.
Yeah, we've seen this so many times before actually.
Nicholas Nelson with a brace.
Chevron Walsh has been taken off, by the way, so no chance for a hat-trick for the striker.
4-3 lead on aggregate, 2-all on the day. Molynes making this really interesting.
Jaheim Fraser is on the part now.
Emilio Rousseau.
Howard, yeah, is now on for Rousseau.
Yeah. Word coming in as well is that Brian English with the assist.
Well, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, definitely goes down as that.
And double scorer number 14, Siobhan Walsh, being replaced by number 3, Okeemia Howard, and the number 21, Jaheim.
Well, Molynes United.
Fraser.
What will happen here? Clearance made.
2 on the day. And on the deck, it's Portmore 4. Molynes United 3.
How many times will be added for stoppages? We're seeing 6 minutes. That's what we're hearing.
Frankson suffering from some cramp there. It's been a tough game for sure. And Molynes, who have played most of the game, half asleep, if you ask me, in an inferior mode. Have certainly, in the last 15 minutes, upped the intensity. And that's probably a handball there, yeah.
Well, they saw that one.
But they have upped the intensity. And 2 goals in quick succession. I would say both fortuitous, lucky to get the penalty and then a handball goal.
Weren't they also involved in handball controversy? Molynes United in the Premier League. Was it with Dunby Holden? There's the ball coming inside the area. Headed away. Fraser trying to beat his marker. Almost went through. But now they have a pip in their step. Molynes United as they try to get one more goal.
Still quite a bit of time left, 5 minutes. Can Molynes force this into extra time?
Or can Portmore United hold on?
Yeah.
So many stoppages in this game, which has been punctuated by referee Hayden's whistle. Hardy wasn't controlled well. Rose. Portmore United trying to slow it down. Oh dear. That's not what's needed. Molynes United. They themselves do not have the quality.
Yeah. Such an easy pass. And still turning it over. Disappointing from the full yellow. Yellow card coming out now.
No time wasting, right? Yep.
Molynes.
Time ticking away for Molynes United. They've got back into this game under fortunate circumstances. Nicely done from Fraser. Oh, brilliantly done. Getting by Winter. Well, it's a throw-in awarded. It's a free kick, actually.
Man of the match, I am thinking Siobhan Walsh for his work done.
Yeah,
I mean, Molynes have come in.
Austin, you know. But
yeah. Rudolph Austin did well, so did Gawain Austin. I thought Gawain Austin was excellent as well. But yeah, I guess Portmore conceding 2 goals. And yeah, not really a fan of the second.
Yeah.
Even though Nicholas Nelson has been, well, it is a brace for him. His third, 3 goals now in the Lynk Cup for Nicholas Nelson. Walsh has 4. They're both of them certainly enjoying this competition. But with Portmore if the result stays here, going through an aggregate, I'm liking Siobhan Walsh. And what an addition he has been to this Portmore squad after his time in Indonesia.
Fraser.
Doing well, keeping the ball wide. Fraser looking to get as close to the corner flag as possible and winding down the clock. Portmore have the advantage on aggregate due to their 2-1 win in the first leg.
Yep, that first leg was still critical as we confirmed the yellow card to Hakeem Molynes. Fraser picks it up. Fraser. Oh,
that could be out for a throw. That's not a bad result.
That's the end of the game. Portmore United holding on. They had the advantage in the second leg. They led by 2 clear goals. But Molynes United responded with a couple of goals from Nicholas Nelson. And he ends the Lynk Cup campaign with 3 goals beside his name. But in the end, Siobhan Walsh with his 2 goals, the difference maker on aggregate. 4-3 overall on aggregate. Portmore United with the victory. As we take a look at the highlights here of this second leg quarterfinal. Ball played inside from Emilia Rousseau. Siobhan Walsh converting from inside the 6-yard box. Really poor defending by Molynes United made it so easy for Walsh to convert. And a really easy goal, and even he knew that. Nicholas Nelson did nicely there. Ball played inside to his brother. Couldn't generate the power there to equalize. Then good give and go, and then Walsh firing that one. Oh, Peter Harrison was really lucky, bursting through his fingers there, but went over the top. Marshall doing the 1-2, and his shot to the left of Harrison, who had more than enough time to get down behind it. And that effort from Nicholas Nelson was going wide, but had to make sure Benjamin Williams, and this one was flashed across the face of goal by Alex Marshall. And a free kick from Emilia Rousseau hitting the woodwork there. Another chance of Portmore United. Then the ball over the top looking for Thompson. Walsh getting his second goal with a ball over the top, and good finish there. And Portmore United thought that they were home and dry, but Molynes United created opportunities, and here the penalty was awarded. A slight coming together. Nicholas Nelson from 12 yards making no mistake, and Molynes United having a sniff as they try to get back into this one. And then this ball inside the area, converted by Nicholas Nelson, but it was a handled ball. It wasn't spotted by the officials. A literal hand of God moment here. Yep. And it was 2-2 on the day. And Molynes United needed just one more goal. Couldn't get it. And it ended 2-2. And with that, Portmore United made it through to the semi-finals. They had 11 shots, with 4 of them being on target. Molynes United with 13 shots, 6 on target. 22 fouls committed in this game. 3 yellow cards flashed against Portmore United. Just 1 to Molynes United. 5-4 in terms of the corner kicks in favour of Molynes United. Portmore United with the majority of the possession at 57%.
Siobhan, you certainly had your shooting boots on. You're enjoying your time back in Jamaica. 4 goals in the league and now 4 in the Lynk Cup. You can't stop scoring.
I'm just enjoying my time. It's glad to be back, man. I'm just glad to be back.
I saw a smile on your face after the first goal. You were counting your lucky stars. You didn't expect to get that one, did you?
No, but as a striker, your coaches always tell you just be in front of the goal, and that's what happened.
And big comparison to the second one, in which you still had a lot of work to do. What were you thinking when you picked up that ball, I would say, what, 40, 50 yards out?
Well, just get in front of the defense line and just pick a spot.
All right, and talk to me about this qualification now for the semi-finals. What does it mean to you for Portmore and Portmore United?
It means a lot because it's been a while since Portmore have won a trophy, and we've been to like the second round after the prelims. So this means a lot to go for a silverware.
All right, Siobhan, excellent performance today. Your second brace of the Lynk Cup. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying your time.
Thank you so much.
Siobhan Walsh there, our man of the match from Portmore United. Their big number 14. 2 goals today and 4 in the Lynk Cup. And Portmore are into the semi-finals. And Michael Blygen, the assistant coach of Molynes, now comes in. Mikey, it was a very slow start, it must be said, for Molynes. You looked half asleep initially. The halftime talk, probably to wake up the boys?
Yeah, definitely. We started the game very slow, you know, and that was not good for us. As you can see in the second half, where we start make some changes, put on the younger players, you see that urgency that we were asking for in the first half.
And it was so surprising that you wouldn't have been urgent, because you started the game down 2 goals to 1. But I thought, especially with the Nelson brothers up front, you had some chances early, but the impetus just wasn't there today.
Exactly, you know, as I said, lack of urgency, you know, it cost us dearly. But as I said, the youngsters that came on the pitch, they wanted to play. And you can see the effort, and we reward with 2 goals.
And no Jason Wright due to injury, that must have been a big deal as well.
Miss him a lot, you know. He brings a lot to the table. He means a lot for us, and miss him very much.
Something to take away with it though, the game was dwindling down, and Molynes with 2 goals near the end, certainly putting on the fight and very nearly forcing extra time if you had gotten another one. That is a good attitude to have from the team.
Yes, but they show character. You know, I'm very proud of the youngsters who came on the pitch. They showed us that they want to play, so that's good.
All right, you're out of the Lynk Cup. It was a good showing, but you still have the Premiership to look forward to. Still a few games to finish off your season on high note, even though you can't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, we want to be positive as usual. We're going to give it our all. You know, we're not going to let you anybody easy, and we give the youngsters some more playing times.
We look forward to seeing the rotation. All the best in the rest of the season, Michael.
Thank you very much.
Michael Blygen there, the assistant coach from Molynes United. Unable to get past Portmore. Philip Williams, movement through the levels as usual for you. This time a hard-fought, well, a draw in the end, but on aggregate going through, deserved you felt for your team?
Yeah, very much so. I think we were dominant over the 2 legs. We gave up some goals which were uncharacteristic of how we play, but I mean, the game was played in the spirit of a knockout, and I hope the fans enjoyed.
And you must be happy with how you started, because Molynes, they certainly looked half asleep, but Portmore were very alert early, and that first goal showed as well.
I mean, before the game, we asked the guys to try to push and get an early goal, which would definitely take Molynes out of their comfort zone, and that is what happened for us today.
Now you're through to the semi-finals, and a matchup with Cavalier. It will be 2-legged as well. How are you looking forward to that? What do you see happening?
I mean, Cavaliers is one of the informed teams, so it's going to be a very good match. They have beat us over the 2 legs in the Premier League, so definitely we'll look to have one over them in this knockout. So we're looking forward to a good match.
And from your standpoint, how difficult is it to manage both the Lynk Cup now and the Premier League, because you have some critical fixtures as you battle for that 6th position in the league?
Yeah, it's rough, but as you saw, we are giving some youngsters some playing time. Young Nikai Gale came in today, and I think it put in a decent shift for us. We have some other youngsters who are knocking on the door, and definitely we look to put them in once the opportunity presents itself.
We noticed your squad was a bit short today. How are the injuries going along? And obviously, those players important for your progression as it goes on.
Definitely, Myers is out today. He's done with the flu. We have some other knocks. It has been a long season.
Walker as well.
Yeah, Walker also is out with a knock. So we're looking to have those guys back in for the rest of the season. Definitely for the semi-final for this cup.
All right, Philip, congratulations on the movement to the semi-final today, on the result today. All the best going forward, and get those players ready.
Yeah, man, thanks much.
So, Portmore United, they are through, and they will be facing Harbourview in one semi-final of the Lynk Cup. They have managed to draw the second leg, and based on the advantage that they had in the first leg, they've got by Molynes United, but it was pretty close in the end. So Portmore United will be facing Harbourview in one semi-final of the Lynk Cup. So one second leg quarter-final done and dusted. One more to go to decide the final semi-finalist here. Portmore United joined this second leg quarter-final 2-2 and advancing over the 2 legs.